Alright, Nuke block number 2. The slate has been wiped clean, and now this is anyone's game. I saw that Pure is visibly happy after that last one. He just saved it for himself and Calm, because if Fantasy had won that last set, he would have moved up into the round of 8. But like I said, this is now anyone's game. Anyone can win from this point on, because there's going to be another block of 3 sets. Well, third set if needed. So we're going to start out with Pure versus Calm. We're going to move on to Pure versus Fantasy, and the last set will be Fantasy versus Calm. Let's see if they can get it done. I'm not actually sure if it's going to wrap around again. I hope not. I assume not, because everyone seemed to be talking about Group D, which wrapped around 4 times, and not about this one. So I hope it doesn't wrap around a lot. Looks like we're getting ready to start. Match point is the map, 2-player map. Here we go. The Trial of Fire. I've casted a couple Trial of Fire tiebreakers. One notably in the Batu OSL. I'll talk about that here in a second. Except, okay, up the 2 o'clock position in red is Pure. Down at the 8 o'clock position in orange is Calm. There's Pure. I think he dropped his mouse, but he got it back. So good for Pure. Like I said, I've casted some major Trial by Fire tiebreakers. Nothing like Group D that I'm going to cast as soon as I get the videos, but yes, I casted one in the Batu OSL between Stork, July, and Yellow, I think were the 3 players, and that was a 1-spot deal too, so the winner moved out, and it ended up going to, I think, 5 or 6 games. It wrapped around once, and still, those were grueling games, and it was kind of unbelievable that Stork took the last game against July, because he was just getting pounded at his natural expansion, being absolutely destroyed by an evil-looking player like that. Look at that. Evil, evil eyes. Look at the flames bursting out. That's got to be Calm. Got to be Calm. But yeah, there was absolutely no way that Stork should have won that. I remember saying in the commentary that he had to get perfect storms if he was going to get back in the game. And he did. Stork won and got out of that group. But we got another epic Protoss player playing now. That last game's cheese was pretty awesome. So hopefully Pure can ride a wave of confidence from that win. I mean, there's no way he should have won with that, but it worked out fantastically anyway. I can remember Stork doing some cheese against Fantasy in their finals too, so it kind of brings back a happy memory for me. My first final, that was a fun final, but let's see what Pure does. Looks like he's going for pretty standard Forge, Fast Expand, and we saw the spawning pool coming up first for Calm. I think he might be anticipating another cheese build. Since Pure was just on this map, just now played this map against Fantasy, he might go for the same strategy, see if it works against a Zerg player as well. He wouldn't be able to go for the exact same strategy. It'd be a lot easier for Calm to scout it to the side of his base. But, some nice denying of the hatchery here for Pure. Just going to deny that as long as possible. Calm is putting up his 10 o'clock position. He's not going to have that second hatchery denied for a long period of time. Second and third hatcheries coming up. Standard build from both. Okay, next is coming up before any cannons whatsoever. But Pure is going to need a cannon very soon. He's going to probably put that down right now, and it'll probably warp in just in time. Calm only has a couple Zerglings out, but a couple Zerglings sneaking by, that would be a lot of damage done if the cannons don't warp in time. But I think they will. I think they will. The third hatchery is going to come up soon for Calm. He's saving up the minerals for it. I see down there. Sent that drone a little bit early, I think. But he was assuming he wouldn't be able to capture his natural expansion, so that's why he sent it up so early. Now the third hatchery is coming up, and now a couple cannons are morphing in for Pure. So I think he's going to be okay at the front, because they're going to warp in just now, right as Calm is up here with all of his Zerglings. So one cannon at the front, Pure being extra careful, good for him. If even 3 or 4 Zerglings got into his main, the game might be over for him. I've seen that happen to many, many Protoss players. They get overly confident that they can block with a couple of probes, maybe 1 probe or something, and then the Zerglings just run by and destroy everything, wreck everything. That's what Zerglings are good for. Wrecking everything. Okay, that wasn't as good. My throat's a little bit dry. Oh, me. Okay. Okay, that's a little bit better. But Pure is hanging around with his probe inside the main, being scouted by Calm, though, so at least he knows that Scout is in there. Not exactly sure when he's going to commit all of his Zerglings to taking it out, though. But his third hatchery is coming up. Pure is just hovering around, kind of out of range of that creep. So Calm might not actually see that probe, but I think he did with that Overlord at least. Yep, the probe being spotted, and Calm knows it's back here, so now he's going to take it out before Pure spots the next tech building coming up. But now Pure is in the know about the lair morphing, and that is very, very important. He knows that Calm is not going for a similar Hydra bust to the front, so he doesn't have to commit to more than 2 cannons. So come on, Pure, keep on that scouting information. So important. Go mineral probe. Look at he's holding the minerals. He's like, keep away. These are my minerals. Get away from me. So, okay. Now the Cybernetics core coming up. Standard Stargate. Oh, Corsair Reaver works so well in this map. That's probably what we're going to see Pure go for. It works so, so well. Just because of all the choke areas. You could place Reavers. It makes Hydra attacks, even at that very large ramp at the mineral only, makes those nearly impossible once you have your Reavers at the front. So I'm expecting a Corsair Reaver build from Pure. He could go for something a little bit weird, like he definitely did in the last game, but we'll see. Okay, scouting Zergling at the front, +1 attack for the Zealots. We'll see +1 attack speed, upgraded Zealots. Probably go for this base up here. Probably go for the 10 o'clock base, because that's usually the least defended base. The faraway base usually is the least defended. Zerg players, they'll probably throw down 1 sunken at the 10 o'clock, maybe a sunken or 2 at the natural expansion. But of course at the natural, you're dealing with a couple of hatcheries, if not 3 or 4 at that point, pumping troops to reinforce. So it's a lot easier to take down the base that's way out in no man's land. Okay, Pure still holding the front with a couple of Zealots. And see if he continues to pump Zealots or if he's going for another type of thing. I think he is going to get about 6 or 7 Zealots out for the initial speed lot attack. See if that is as effective as it could be. The Spire's coming up. Going to lose a single Overlord. I don't think his second Overlord will go down. Let's see if Pure can find another one in time with a Scourge pop. Still pumping Corsairs, though. Getting up his gateways at the front. Even more gateways coming up for him. So this is going to be a pretty heavy ground army. So we're not seeing Corsair Reaver for Pure, at least not right now. He might switch into it later, but that's not what he's going for. He's going for a ground army, which could be smart. Throw Calm off. But once Calm gets the first Scourge, and, well, the first Scourge that don't land on the Corsair, he's going to use those to scout inside the main. That's generally standard for this type of thing. 2 Corsairs, going to pick up 1 Overlord, and hopefully backs off, but by the time the Scourge pop. So Pure, he's still committed to this, though. A little bit risky for him. They get the Scourge popping right now, and Pure runs out of dodge. And Calm was not focusing on a Scourge by the time they popped, so it wasn't even close to chasing those Corsairs. See if Calm can catch up with the Corsairs in the middle of the map. At least he's going to see where they are with the Zerglings running back and forth. But halting of the Corsair production, so I think we are just going to see some pretty standard ground army out for Pure in this game now. Archons coming out. So it looks like he's anticipating Mutalisk popping for Calm. It could be Mutas, but I don't think it is. Bunch of hatcheries out, and I did see the Hydralisk in.